Recent research has shown that administering psychedelic drugs in a supportive environment can lead to profound mystical experiences. A study by Lerner and Livers in 2006 compared the experiences of people who took high doses of a classic psychedelic drug with those who did not. Other researchers have been comparing psychedelic drugs and mystical experience with those of non-psychedelic substances like amphetamines. They have been examining LSD, MDMA such as ecstasy, and psilocybin, a specific type of mushroom. At the same time, psychedelics are also being considered for therapeutic purposes. Organizations such as the Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies are spearheading this approach. The world of psychedelic drugs can be a dangerous place for people who have never tried them before. Even those who have used illegal drugs but have never used experimental drugs need to be careful. Psychedelics have long been regarded by various spiritual traditions as numinous doorways to the awe and mystery of the divine. Scientific studies and anecdotal reports suggest that they can change lives by creating mystical and religious experiences, treating depression, anxiety, addictions, and preparation for death. Informal reports indicate that it generally improves the quality of life that humanity needs, not only in terms of mental health, but also in terms of spirituality. As we move into the 21st century, we should take precautions with psychedelics. It would be extremely wise to explore and understand these substances extensively before experimenting. Properly supervised psychedelic journeys is crucial for a positive experience. Recent research has shown that administering psychedelic drugs in a supportive environment can lead to profound mystical experiences. In connection with psychedelic drug mysticism, a recent study examines how psychedelics affect mental health and spirituality compared to non-psychedelic substances such as alcohol. Psychedelic drug users advocate using these substances as a means of self-expression and as a form of spirituality. Although scientists are still in the early stages of research into the effects of psychedelic drugs on human consciousness research has shown that psychedelics can calm the standard network of the brain in which the subjects experience a loss of self-confidence. Lefferts cites the psychedelic experience of non-duality, which suggests that consciousness survives the disappearance of its own self and is not as indispensable as we like to think. The psychedelic treatment has shown promise in treating depression, anxiety, obsessive-compulsive, bipolar, PTSD or post-traumatic disorders, and schizophrenia. What was more impressive was that it was not the yogis, gurus, and other New Agers who first made these claims. It was the scientists who researched psychedelics from the time LSD was first synthesized in 1938. Research programs that began in the 1950s indicated promising outcomes. Even previously committed atheists and materialists felt that these experiences revealed profound truths about the existence of a spiritual realm. Psychedelic research was banned in 1966. Following that, most of the studies led scientists to doubt the existence of a spiritual realm. They argued that further investigation was necessary. It took decades for research into psychedelics to be lifted and regain momentum. Researchers are currently more actively interested in awareness-changing drugs. They are looking at their effects on the brain and analyzing what triggers a mystical experience for a healthy person. Researchers like Grob are now following the treatment models developed in the 1950s and 60s for patients who do not respond well to conventional therapy. Grob and his colleagues explain that scientists are also using modern neuroimaging devices for insight into brain activity. Psychedelics are still banned for research in many countries, but current information can be applied universally to understand how to live our lives. Scientists are now exploring new ways to delve into consciousness, recover from trauma, increase creativity, and enrich the spiritual experience. In the next episode, we will look deeper at the different psychedelics used throughout history and their relationships with spirituality.